Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Get Sweaty. I am, as usual, your friendly neighborhood soda, joined by the usual suspects, Ben Rayner, Sol Goldman, and 50 Shades of Geek. How are you guys all doing?
You know, you would think that I would start getting used to 50's antics, but every time he does something weird at the beginning, I'm still shocked each time.
It's because we never know what he's going to do. But
I'm just like Pokemon Talk, if you ever watched that.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I think I know where the wings for this time. So yes, welcome to Get Sweaty. This is our weekly top 5 show where we come in with a list of topics and with a list of stuff, and we discuss the items on the list. It was your topic this week, correct, Sol?
Yes, it is.
There you go. If you would like to introduce it, please.
So we've been doing some openings recently, and because I am a weeb myself, we had to put anime openings into this. So we're doing top 5 anime openings. I will preface all of mine are in Japanese, so it's going to be really hard for me to sing them because I do not speak Japanese. And then also, these are anime openings with lyrics. So there is a specific one that everyone's going to probably be like, where's that opening? It's one of the best openings ever. It's because it doesn't have lyrics. So that'll be done at another time. Little preview there.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because I think mine and Ben's lists are going to be as basic as it gets. And 50. Well, yeah, but you probably watch more anime than us.
Maybe. But
the thing is, we know 50 will have possibly Pokemon in this. How is he going to infuse the Lion King? I'm interested because he does it each episode. I'm interested where he's going to infuse it.
I mean, you just did it for me, so let's just talk about the Lion King.
No, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. Doesn't count.
But I gotta ask though first. I gotta ask, what's a weeb exactly? I mean, hear this term a lot, especially in associated with anime. What does that mean exactly? I know it's an anime fan, but where does the term itself come from?
Just an anime fan. Like someone who's very much into anime, so. I think, too, it depends on who you ask, because sometimes it could be used like as a derogatory term for anime fans.
Well, this is according to dictionary.com. A weeb is a derisive term for a non-Japanese person who is so obsessed with Japanese culture that they wish they were actually Japanese.
Huh. Yeah, so like the thing is, us like anime fans have kind of in a way, like, you know how black people have taken the N-word back, like we've kind of taken the weeb word. And the thing too is because a lot of us like get called weebs even though we aren't what that definition is. So just because you like anime, you're considered like, oh, some people will call you a weeb, and it's just like, I'm not trying to be Japanese. I'm just enjoy this cool ass show. But you know what? Whatever. I'll call myself a weeb. I'll completely stop you at your tracks and just like be like, sure, yep, that's what I am.
It's short for weeaboo.
Thank you.
Yeah. The best way to stop bullies is just to be like, yeah, okay.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, but you want to make fun of myself first before anybody else gets a chance to.
Right?
Yeah. All right, well, Sol, if you want to kick us off then.
All right, so my number 5, it's going to be my only shoujo anime. The rest are going to be shonen. And it is Ouran High School Host Club. It's the Kiss Kiss Fall in Love is the name of the song. And it's by Chieko Ochi, I think is her name. But yeah, it's like kiss, kiss, fall in love. And then the rest is in Japanese.
Okay.
Which is kind of the case with a lot of Japanese and Korean music, is that they'll always have like 1 or 2 phrases in there that's in English. And like just to kind of like get the American and the abroad audience, because English is spoken very widely around the world. So they'll be like, we'll get you with that one line and then you'll listen to the rest of it. But this is super cute anime. It's about this like regular ass person who ends up getting a scholarship to this like prestigious school, and everyone else is like rich, like ridiculously rich, and she ends up knocking a vase over in the first episode and is indebted to the host club. And so she kind of like works as the host club. And then there's also a twist that because her hair is short, everyone thinks she's a guy.
That's how it works.
But
is she endowed?
No.
Okay, I guess. Okay,
But
that's
like, what's super funny about it too is like in a very clever way in the first episode, the way everyone figures out she's a girl, they use a light bulb kind of thing. Like and so like one of them like sees her right away. And he's like, "That's a girl." And then there's the one later who like it takes the entire episode for him to realize that she's a chick. But
anime is so weird.
it's super cute. It's super corny. It's just it's absolutely ridiculous. And I love too like the main character, every episode I think she says these damn rich people, because they literally like live such extravagant lives that she's like, what the fuck is up with you guys? You guys are so weird. Like it's great. It's like literally like I don't know why I enjoy the show so much, but I do.
Yeah, it sounds, you hear that, it's like, yep, definitely sounds like anime.
It almost sounds like Crazy Rich Asians from the point of view of someone else.
Right. From the point of view of the main character in Crazy Rich Asians, because she herself wasn't rich and she was imported into the rich lifestyle in Singapore.
That is true.
But she's not part of the family in this show.
No.
That's where I was going.
Yeah. It's just a regular ass person. So really, as the viewer, you are very much with you're very much with Haruki. That like you're like, yeah, this would be me in this situation, because I'm a regular ass person too, and I'd be like, what the hell?
All right, Ben, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1.
Okay.
Who could have guessed?
Yeah, who could have guessed with your background?
Yeah, right?
And then it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 4, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 3.
Not so off, but no. I like this show, and I like the first season. It kind of explains the whole concept and the theme. And I just like it. It's catchy and exciting, and I don't know, just like it. There's really not that much I can say about it.
This was one of the animes that I watched before I knew what anime was, so I just thought it was a regular cartoon.
Yeah, that's going to be like that with my top 3.
I watched a bunch of episodes of this show in the Hebrew version in my area. I distinctly remember they didn't have lyrics in the Hebrew version of the intro. That's why I haven't even considered it for my list. I think it started with and then just all instrumental the entire intro. So that's great choice, but I don't remember that stuff having lyrics.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the lyrics, but we'll have to go check it later.
And yeah, lyrics, trust me. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right,
Soda.
so this is the only one where I actually had to okay, so what are some anime theme songs? So I had to go on and listen. And this is the one that stood out for me, and it is One Punch Man.
Okay.
Because it's metal as fuck. And reading the English translation of the lyrics, it's so ridiculous. Oh yeah, so this is one of the lines. Justice, enforcement, no point arguing about it. I'll cut off evil, hands together in prayer. It sounds like the lyrics are ridiculous. I love it.
And that's why you shouldn't directly translate these things into other languages sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's not words for other things in other languages, so you never know.
Yeah. But no, honestly, this is one that actually throughout the years I've been told on a consistently regular basis I should check out. So after listening to the theme song, that is a major possibility if I can find it.
This, honestly, like I've been told that I need to watch it as well. This is one that I have not seen.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's that many seasons either, is there? From what I hear.
I don't think so. I think it might just be 2.
Yeah,
possibly.
So it's digestible. I like that. All right, 50.
Someone's revving their car on the street, whoever.
Thanks for agreeing, man. Thanks for agreeing. All right.
Before we move on to my pick, because I've been hearing this question a lot, and it sort of ties into my topic before we started this little series. Who do you think would win, Superman or One Punch Man?
See, I haven't seen One Punch Man, so I can't honestly give my opinion in that.
Yeah, but the argument that I've heard is that his whole gimmick is that he literally wins every battle with one punch.
Mm-hmm.
And he just punches you and you explode. That's his whole gimmick. And that's so strong. And I always counter that with Superman is definitely strong. I was going to use the word denser, but that's...
I kind of, after seeing the last episode of Invincible, I want to see Superman versus Omni-Man.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Wow. Yeah, no spoilers for that show, but wow, was that intense. Holy crap, that final episode. Holy.
Whew.
Okay.
Yeah, you're number 550.
Yeah, moving on to me. First of all, I've just been informed I am contractually obligated to address the elephant in the room. I have a new couch, and that my mom brought it to me from someone else, and that is all the attention I'm going to spend with this new couch because I have to, because I made a promise. Anyway, so my number 5, and again, Mom, I hope you're watching. My number 5, okay, that's all the singing I'm going to do for this intro. It is the anime that I brought up a couple of weeks ago in our top 5 anime. This is one that I grew up with. Again, in the Hebrew version, it's called The Heart, and in the English version, I believe it's called 3,000 Leagues in Search of Mom, or 3,000 Leagues in Search of Mother. Basically, it's about this kid called Marco, and he's an Italian kid. He's got this little monkey, which I'm sort of now noticing kind of looks a lot like the monkeys from Raya and the Last Dragon. I can't believe I only just now noticed that. But him and his little monkey, his mom goes off to Argentina for reasons I can't remember. And he basically spends the entire anime series looking for her. Like, he goes from just getting jobs at anywhere he could in Italy to get a ticket to a boat. He then ends up getting being stowed away on the boat, working his way just to get from Italy to Argentina, and then just spends the rest of the anime wandering all over the country looking for her. And no spoilers, but he found her at the end, and that's all I can say. But yeah, the theme song, my mom just pointed out. That's part of the theme song. I mean, it brings tears to your eyes every time you hear it, especially if you understand the lyrics. And it's just, the entire song is just explaining his story about how sad he is and how much he misses his mom. And I'm getting teary-eyed myself just talking about it. So let's move on to Soul's number 4, please.
All right, my number 4 is from the anime called Soul Eater.
I've heard of that one.
You?
I've heard of that one.
What was that, 50? I can't hear you.
I said, is somebody eating you?
No. It's the UK version of me. It's with the U. But Soul Eater, it's the first opening, number 1, called Resonance by TM Revolution. The second opening is good as well, but it's a much slower song, whereas like the first opening, it's very upbeat. I would probably call it like pop punk. It's very much just like, you got the drums, you got the great lyrics. You're just like dun, 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 da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Like, it's super fun, and the show is super fun, and like, go watch it if you haven't.
All right. Okay, Dan.
And my squeaky chair.
Very nice.
It might get punted, but I'm not sure. 'Digimon.
パンツ
Okay.
パンツ
Okay.
パンツ
Okay.
Okay, so mine is Dragon Ball Z, because how basic does that get in
English or Japanese?
English?
There's a
Again,
difference
it's
between
another
those two
one. It's another One
openings.
Punch Man. It sounds really, really cool, and of course, it is one of the most legendary animes of all time at this point. All my friends like it, so that's how I know this one. Yeah, it's just a fun. It's another rock one to me. It's where it's like you can get down to it. So yeah, that's my number 4.
The English opening was the one that I watched first. This is another anime that I watched where I thought it was just an American animation show before knowing what anime was. But on my honorable mentions, I have the Japanese version, which is Chala Head Chala, which that one is, I would say, is a better opening than the English version. But the English version is just like you can headbang to it, like dragon,
Yeah.
dragon. Dragon Ball Z.
All right, 50. What is your number 4?
I gotta say, putting it on your number 4 was very Dragon Ball Z of you. Anyways, I think I didn't get a chance to mention because I started getting teary eyed last time. Is one of my greatest honors in life. It was actually that I got a chance to meet the woman who voiced Marco back in the day. She was my voiceover teacher right after I got into comic. And my number 4 pick, another anime that I mentioned previously on this very show, Niels' older son. Or as it's known in the English version, The Wonderful Adventures of Niels. I mentioned this before. It's this little kid. He's kind of a jerk. He's mean to other animals. He's mean to this little dwarf. Kind of magics him, and he makes him really small. And this kid is now kind of forced to fly with the wild geese on his house goose with his little hamster to find the dwarf that magicked him into a small boy and magic him back to bigness. Why can't I make complete sentences? But yeah,
English is hard.
yeah, English is hard. So yeah, the theme song was great. I remember even the opening. I'm not going to play it on this show for obvious reasons, but the opening before even the lyrics begin, it was just you hear it from afar, and then all the kids in the neighborhood just yell Niels, and then they run to the nearest television set to watch it, and it's one of the greatest childhood songs, which was actually, I believe, it took part in a sort of like a parade of a countdown of what were the greatest theme songs of childhood shows, and it was robbed of the number 1. But yeah, it was such a great song, and yeah. I'll put it later in the group chat so you guys can listen to it whenever you feel like. Even though you can't, like I said, you probably won't be able to understand the lyrics, but it's still a great song with great vocals. And yeah,
I'll have the smoke before listening to it, and I'll be able to understand anything. So.
See, I don't understand the lyrics of all these songs that I'm saying, so it'll be no difference.
That's an extremely good point.
I'm sorry, Vicky, I missed it. What was the name of the show?
In English, it's called The Wonderful Adventures of Niels.
Okay.
Niels' older son. If you
Okay.
I think you can find it.
The Wonderful Adventures of Neil?
Niels. Nils, as accurately stated by my mom.
There it is. Cool. All right, well, Soul, what is your number 3?
My number 3, and if you saw me, I was looking back to see I have the first 15 volumes of the manga of this, and that is from Blue Exorcist. And it's the first one, it's the first opening called Take Off by the band 2 PM. And yeah.
I love their names. I love their names.
Right. And this is another like rock pop punk opening. It's very upbeat. This show is super interesting. So kind of in the same vein of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the original one, where they started the show following the manga, but the manga wasn't done. So then they had to create their own story after they got up to the manga. And I think like the second season kind of goes back and like it's just like, okay, up to this episode of the original Blue Exorcist is canon, and then after that, this is the actual what happened. So it's kind of like weird in your head. You have to be like, okay, the second part of the first season does not count anymore. but but the thing is, the show is cool. It's about these twin boys who are the son of Satan. Although one, of course, but one of them has Satan's powers, the other one doesn't. So one of them has like the tail and the pointy ears and stuff like that. And so like he gets treated like shit by a bunch of people because he's Satan's son, even though he's a good person himself. And so it's an interesting show. Their stepfather is like this priest guy. And you have like all these like biblical like references in the show and things of that nature. It's very interesting. You got Mephisto is in this show, so if you're looking for Mephisto from WandaVision, he's in this show.
I know the whole time.
You got lost in the wrong show.
Yeah, he got lost. He's the headmaster of the school that they go to. So Mephisto's not Satan. He's Satan's other son. Like,
By many names.
yes.
Mephisto!
But yeah, it's definitely a very interesting show. The show doesn't really go into some of the stuff that the manga does, where like the manga has like the Illuminati in it. That is not in the show, but it's super interesting. I definitely recommend watching it. I think it's on Netflix. I think so.
Okay.
The most important question: Did the showrunners get a ton of backlash and hate and death threats because they didn't follow the manga, because they should have waited for the manga to be finished, like a certain other show?
I don't know. See,
Probably
the thing is, like, I'm not that entrenched on what people like are saying to creators. I just watch the stuff and enjoy it.
As you should, and as fans of this property should. I was trying to prove a point. That's all.
Yeah, right. But I did make the joke when I saw the first season. I was just like, they're gonna come back. It would be so perfect. Just call it Blue Exorcist Brotherhood, like FMA, because they are brothers too.
No kidding.
But they didn't do that. They didn't take my advice.
The show kind of gives me shades of the new Superman and Lois show, where one, spoiler alert, Superman has two sons, and one of them got the powers and one of them didn't, as far as I know. And the one that got the powers is probably the one you would least expect, or the character would least expect.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Great show.
All right, Ben.
My number 3 was introduced to me a few years ago, and my good friend, and it's called Detective Conan in Japanese, and in English it's called Case Closed. It's about a detective that gets poisoned, who is de-aged, and the whole show is him trying to figure out how to get back to his rightful age.
I've heard of this one before. I have not seen it.
This one's news to me.
I think this is one of those 90s anime.
Maybe, probably. But it had a catchy theme song, and it stuck with me. That's why it's on my list.
Yeah, that's.
See.
Oh, yeah, okay. I had to look it up.
So you guys have things on your list that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, fair point. We're probably going to be getting into where mine is, where everyone has seen these.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
All right, so you're number 3.
It's the oldest one on this list, and it's as you're saying earlier, it's a show that I was introduced before I had any understanding of what anime was. It's Speed Racer.
Nice.
Yeah, because you listen to it, it's very much of its time. It is a very 60s bass theme song, very corny but catchy. Go Speed Racer, go! You know, it's just like you watch it, it's just like, what drugs were they smoking back then? Like, what the hell? But no, it's a fun one, and like I said, it was my introduction to anime without realizing it was anime, because it used to play all the time on YTV up here.
What What came first, though? Speed Racer or Wacky Racers? That's a question.
I've
that
Never heard of Wacky Racers.
Here.
Wacky Racers? I feel old now. Okay, so
Well, Wacky Races is 1968. Oh, that's
Yeah.
is that the Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Because why are you saying you feel old? You're literally only a year older than me.
but you're not aware of Wacky Racers. How could you? How could you not? That's a,
The person who's older than you is not aware of it either.
Yeah. True. Well, no, I did look it up, and I do recognize Wacky Races. It's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon where they got like all their popular characters together, and then they had to race across the country. Yeah, I have seen it, and the anime is older by 1 year.
nice. So it's kind of a Robin Bucky Barnes situation.
I guess, yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, it's a fun intro, and that's really all I have to say on it, because I haven't seen an episode since I was a kid. So
You're number 350.
Digimon, 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 digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Sing with me, Ben. Come on, join in the fun.
is that actually how it goes?
Yeah, Digimon, digital monsters.
I
Go
remember the
ahead.
first episode, and that's it.
It's probably the least creative on my list, but who cares? It's such a fun theme song. Let's have fun and sing to it. And I remember back on the playground, you start singing the beginning, the Digimon, everyone joins in. You start going Digimon, digital. That's basically the whole theme in repeat on loop, but it still counts because it's lyrics. There's lyrics in the song. And if I could just have everyone's attention for just a moment, because they actually did sort of a different version of it for the movie, the English version that is. The Digi Pollution is up and running. Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know what's coming? A Digi Destiny starts today. Let me hear you sing. Ben. You know it. You know it. Okay, never mind. I was.
Mad respect for 50 for doing that, by the way.
Sorry, 50. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to hang you out to dry, but I can't sing for shit.
Neither can I, and I still did it.
You're more voice than me. What can I say?
All right, and on that note, Soul, what is your number 2?
My number 2, it's the oldest one on my list. It's a anime from the 90s. I own almost all of the manga. It's only 6 volumes of the manga. I do not have volume 2. It is out of print. If anyone knows where volume 2 is, let me know, because literally it's collected right there. I go, wait, no, it's not 2. I don't have volume 5. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. There's only 6 volumes. I do not have volume 5.
The lost six.
The last volume. Anyways, it is called Orphan. It's called I Just On My Love by Sharam Q. I just on my love. Dun, 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 dun. You would enjoy this soda because it's very jazzy. There's trumpets, there's saxophones, you got the percussion in it. It is such a fun song, like just from an anime out of the 90s. Super fun. Super fun.
Sorry, that was the guy that brought me the couches. He's just asking how are they. How are you, couch? Are you fine? Good, thank you. The guy who brought me the couches was asking.
The couch wasn't too happy. They knocked over one of your.
Yeah.
Now,
I want to go home. I want to go home.
the question is it a comfy couch?
Yes, it is.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Good couch. Thank you.
Because there's nothing more like a good comfy couch to have a good nap on.
Yeah. And the best part is, I got 2 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ben, you're
I can always say my number 2, but I think I'm going to get put it by 50. Pokemon Season 1.
Punt.
I knew this was coming. I came prepared.
Yeah. Okay. My number 2 is the second anime I was introduced to before I knew what anime was, and this one was actually very popular when it aired. Sailor Moon.
Ah,
Yeah. That's one I still sometimes randomly get stuck in my head. I remember watching the opening credits and it's like, what is this? What is this? Like, it was just really out there and it got me hooked. And yeah, it was a big deal back in the mid '90s before like Pokemon and all that stuff came out. Like this, I would say was probably the biggest anime at that time. But yeah, that's why it's on my list because I remember it very fondly from my youth. And it's still a good theme song, to be honest. I just listened to it again yesterday.
have you seen Lizzo dress and like her backup dancers dressed up as the characters from Sailor Moon? It is pretty great. And then also Lizzo can play the flute. So sometimes she does like the flute in it where she's like in her shows. And so she is twerking in a Sailor Moon costume while playing the flute at the same time.
Respect.
Okay.
Respect.
So I think you know this better than I do. Didn't the Sailor Moon had a remake recently?
Maybe.
Recently.
Because from what I've seen on other Facebook groups that I'm part of, a lot of anime fans, obviously, apparently Sailor Moon is making a huge comeback recently, a huge resurgence. That's why I'm asking. I've seen a lot of.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, there was
Maybe.
a 2014 web series called Sailor Moon Crystal.
Huh.
That might be the one you're thinking
That
of.
might be it.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, reboots almost always get people hyped up to watch the original, just like the Lion King reboot brought everyone all excited about the original Lion King. And ever since the Lion King reboot came out, I've been seeing more and more people with these Lion King T-shirts and Simba plushes. That's how I got this one very recently. So yeah, reboots are good sometimes, kids. Even if you don't like the actual reboot itself, it gets people to watch the original. So that's really why the Lion King reboot is the best reboot of all time.
He found a way. He found a way.
Yep. To paraphrase the line from Jurassic Park, 50 finds a way.
Yeah, I actually surprised myself. I actually impressed myself.
Keep impressing yourself. Because what's your number 2?
I wanna be the very best, like no one. Apparently, Soda wanted more than I did, but never mind.
Because it's the one I know most.
real test.
All right. So if there's any honorable mentions, speak now or forever hold your peace. I have none.
I have you, so I will let the other boys go before
All right.
50
Go ahead.
then.
I guess I'll go. Mine is fictional and coming from a comedy TV show. And coming from the show 2.5 Men. It's a show that Tommy King's character wrote. It's called Ocean Cooler Demon Samurai.
Oh, fuck. I forgot that. That's from like the first season.
It's actually part of a shared universe that also pops up in the Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
I know it's cheating, I know it's cheap. But
that's why I said the
it's
honorable
cat-
mention.
Still count.
Exactly. And it's sort of a cat sheet, and I'll send it to you guys later. It's
Perfect.
so fun.
Just like 50 trying to work in a Lion King reference, it's not an episode of Get Sweaty if Ben doesn't have a cheat somewhere.
Oh, shut up.
Like honestly, like it's been a few weeks in a row, so facts.
Yeah.
Trying to do what was it that he tried to do? Friends and
Friends and How I Met Your Mother. It's like,
Mother
dude,
in the same one.
Shut up.
all right, 50. Do you have any honorable mentions?
My honorable mention, which kind of sucks that you punted me because it was going to be all the other Pokemon theme songs that I didn't really get a chance to, because there are a lot of them, and I would argue that some of them are even better than the main one that everyone knows. But since it's your number one also, I guess we'll just have to wait to talk about that one. And
I'm sorry
another
to
one,
ruin your bit.
well, at least my other bit worked. But the other one, which again, it's just like Ben, it's kind of a cheat, and I would even consider it less viable for this list than Ben's one, but it's actually the Teen Titans intro because they had two different intros to the Teen Titans TV show, one in English and one in Japanese. Obviously, I'm counting the Japanese one, even though it's not technically considered an anime. At least I don't think it is.
You're
But
talking Teen Titans Go, correct?
no, the original Teen Titans from the mid 2000s.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Definitely not an
Hey,
anime.
there's some superhero shows like Spider-Man and other like Avengers and stuff that were done by Japanese studios. So even though Teen Titans is an American thing, there are some that have been done by Japanese studios. So you might not even know that some of your superhero animated shows are actually anime from Japan.
That's why if you look at the credits on most of these TV shows, and especially animated movies, especially now, you'll see a lot of the animators actually have Asian names because they're made by Asian studios primarily. But
Yeah, people argue about Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, whether that's considered anime or not, because it's by two Americans, but the animations were done. It was a Korean animation studio for all of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was Korean animation studio for most of Legend of Korra. One season was done by a Japanese animation studio, but it is in English, and so that's why there's people online who have argued: is Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime or not?
Never thought of that.
Yeah.
So
Guidelines.
this is my point. I believe the ones that actually did the theme song, both the English and the Japanese version, are Buffy and Mayumi, who also had their own animated series on Cartoon Network a couple of years after Teen Titans.
Yeah, you know.
Definitely listen to both versions. The thing is, the way I kind of explain it is, you always know if you hear the Japanese version of the theme, it's a filler episode, and if they use the English version of the theme song, it's a story specific that has to deal with the main villain of the season. And what I love about the show is that every season focused on each individual member of the Titans, and each season had a different main villain. For obvious reasons, for Robin it was Slade, also known as Deathstroke. For Beast Boy, it was the Brotherhood of Evil, because for those of you who don't know, Beast Boy was part of Doom Patrol before he was a part of Teen Titans. So every single season they had a different villain, and if you hear the English version, it was specifically tied to the main villain. Obviously, for Raven, it was Trigon for obvious reasons, and if it's the Japanese version, it's a filler episode. So that's
Very interesting.
Hey, 50, I'm just curious. Have you seen Doom Patrol?
have I seen what?
Doom
Doom
Patrol.
Patrol.
Yeah, Doom Patrol. Yeah, I did. I did see both seasons. And to be honest with you, I don't understand what all the hype is about. I mean, it's a good show, but I mean, sometimes it feels like it's weird just for the sake of being weird. It's not like WandaVision weird, where everything has a reason. It's just weird. Like, I remember saying to myself, the guy lights up his cigarette to open up a portal to a different dimension, and that was the moment where I said, can this show get any weirder? And then the portal opens, and then a blue unicorn with a nail in its head starts speaking French. And I was like, well, they can.
I love it. I love it.
It's great that you love it. I just don't understand why people hold it in such high regard because of its weirdness. I mean, I think...
I'm going to rein us back in, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing anime.
Yeah.
Reining us back in. So here's my honorable mentions. So, like I said before, the Japanese opening for DBZ, Chala Head Chala, I love that. And then the first opening for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, love that opening. Was originally in my top 5, but it got bumped out. The Attack on Titan opening, the first one, Space Dandy, which I highly recommend. If you watch Space Dandy, watch it. This will be the one time that I say watch it in English. It is an anime based off of American tropes, and it is much funnier and much better in English. So if you're going to watch, and it's the first anime ever that was released date and date in English and Japanese at the same time, where before it would be in Japanese and then they would get it later. This is, and then the English would come out like a year later. This is released at the same time. I am getting a call. Let me stop. Anyways, continuing on. I also have Neon Genesis Evangelion, that opening, and then I have Vampire Knight, which I also own. All 19 volumes of the manga over there.
Okay. So that is definitely a lot of honorable mentions.
Yes.
All right. So what is your number one then?
My dad came in. Sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
Live show.
What is your
So-
number one?
My number one, this is the most recent one on mine. I think it was released in 2015. It is called Death Parade. This opening is jazzy and fun, and it's like super fun to listen to. Everyone in the like Outlaw Nation Patreon that has joined for our anime watch-alongs, we watched this together. The song's called Flyers by the band Bradio, I think is the name of it. I probably mispronounced it. If you listen to the opening, it tells you nothing, gives you none of the themes about the actual show. Like you listen to it and it's fun and opening and jazzy and like you want to dance to it. You watch the show and the show is like an existential crisis, like very like deep and like metaphysical. Like so, the theme doesn't go along with the show. I think if you listen to if you actually get the English translation of the lyrics, it actually like does fit with the show, but like it's so upbeat that it's kind of like you're getting this like here's a upbeat song, now we're gonna have this like really serious like gonna get you in your feels show, like because it's purgatory.
Oh,
And there's a bar in purgatory that you go to when you die. You play a game, whether it be darts or billiards or whatever, and then the person there determines whether you're going to heaven or hell.
okay.
And so you get these backstories of how these people died and like what they actually are and like what life means to them. And you get kind of one of them, like they committed suicide and it was just kind of like I never got to tell the person, like I never got to tell my like stepmom how much she meant to me. And like you have like that moment in there, and these characters, they go into purgatory not knowing that they're dead and their memories kind of erased, and then their memories slowly come back, and that's what you're watching in the show, and you're seeing how these characters died and how these characters view life. So it's super like if you want to have like a psychological like get in your feelings type of show, this is the anime for you. It's really, really good.
That sounds fascinating.
That one actually does.
Yeah, I have a question though. Is the bar in purgatory, is it called Bargatory?
No, it's not.
No, missed opportunity for branding, but who am I to say?
I think it's called the Quindecum.
The what?
The Quindecum.
Oh, okay. I heard the Poondeckum. I'm like,
No, the Quindecum.
That's a bar that serves completely different beverages.
Yeah. And so like it really makes you think about life when you're watching this show.
all right.
Right.
I can't find it streaming, unfortunately. Damn. Okay. All right.
I think the episodes are actually on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Okay, then. I will check that out. And on that note, Ben, what is your number one?
My number one is kind of like my number 5, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 5. It's the final season in what I call Yu-Gi-Oh! The proper series. It wraps up everything and there's a whole Egyptian type vibe to it. It has it's a really cool time travel yet possession yet fascinating story about this farewell, and it is interesting. And I love the music, I love the lyrics, I just love this song.
Nice. Who's that yelling?
My dad
Oh, I sold that thing.
yelling at my brother.
Oh, very nice. That's always fun, isn't it?
And don't
Get a
even-
little, you get a little intro into my life today, live.
Oh, good. So I guess my number one then is the punt from earlier. There you go. It's the original Pokemon theme song. This has to be one of the probably the most iconic theme songs. Period. I would.
Especially
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah, especially for anybody that grew up around mine and Ben's time. Actually, what made me like I didn't really watch the show all that much, but what really made me love this theme song is the guys who created Smosh Games years and years and years ago, back when I was in high school, did this video where they were just goofing off and they were lip syncing to the Pokemon theme song. It is so funny, and because of that, I know the lyrics to the theme song and I know the theme song very well. It is so fun. It's one of those ones you can just put on your iPod and just listen to it whenever you want.
Yeah, I'll send it to you in the group chat later. But they actually had an orchestral performance of that song in a live theater, and it was just instrumental. But the crowd and the audience just yelled out the lyrics to the song. That's how I
Nice.
saw it, just how immersive that song is, and it really just it's. And I can talk about it because it was my number two, sorry. But that song, it's just so hopeful. It gives you the chance. It gives you the feeling that you can like accomplish anything.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of lyrics in Japanese that were different in the English version, if you watch the intro to the original Pokemon anime, season 1, where this theme song is taking place, there's this random woman that never actually shows up in the anime, but at the beginning, at the beginning of the intro, you see Pikachu running past Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, goes past Ash with the Pokeball, and just goes underneath this woman's legs. And the English and in the Japanese version of the song, the singer literally says, "I will search for you," because he's searching for Pokemon, obviously. "I will search for you in the volcanoes and the forests and the seas and under a girl's skirt," or something like that. And that's why Pikachu runs underneath this lady's skirt and just jumps into the air. And no one ever understood why that happened until the internet came along and people started to analyze these things. You're muted.
And what does that mean? After they like, I don't get it.
What?
Well, you said the internet started to analyze why Pikachu was doing that, and what did they figure out?
They figure out that that's why Pikachu was running underneath that woman's skirt.
Oh.
Because it's in the lyrics. That's why certain lyrics make more sense in Japanese than they do in English.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I have one very important question for you.
There's only one.
Only one. Did you guys catch them all?
Oh God, no.
I'm still working on it. Actually, come to think of it, after the third game, they kind of removed that tagline from the marquee because it literally became impossible to catch them all.
Yeah.
I have never played a Pokemans other than the one that was on your phone.
I played
Playing it.
that for a bit, and I also played Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played what is it? I'm forgetting the name of it, but like the battle one with all of the characters, where like I
Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers, where like I typically play as Link when I play Super Smash Brothers. There's Pokemon characters in there.
It's true.
And Pokemon Snap came out this weekend, and I just played a bit on Twitch last night. It was a lot of fun. You guess
I was like, plug away.
I was just saying, I was talking about the game, not myself. It was just going to this nature reserve full of Pokemon and just take pictures. It's the best thing in the world, and I love it.
Yeah, I was saying plug away because you said on your Twitch channel, so I was like, yeah, get your plugs in, man.
For the end, I'm saving it for the end. I know I'm not gonna, especially since it's my number one, which is actually Digimon again, but this time it's from season 4, also known as Digimon Frontier, because damn it, it's a great theme song and it deserves to be on this list. And I'm fine with having 2 Digimon picks on my on the same list and not having 2 Pokemon stuff, because it was just that theme song. I know for some reason that season takes a lot of heat from a lot of people because it was the season where the humans didn't have Digimon partners anymore, and this season they became Digimon. Weird concept to begin with, but I mean, so is Digimon as a whole. But in any case, the theme song itself is very much similar to the Pokemon theme song. And yeah, like I said, I love it. It was the first time where they broke away from the traditional Digimon theme song, where it's just Digimon, 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 and they just changed the music every season. In this season, they actually had a full theme song that really explains the characters' mental state and the sense of adventure and hope, and this feeling that they have the whole digital world on their shoulders and they're the only ones that can save it. And yeah, like I said, it's a great intro. It's a great theme song, and I love it. But yeah, Digimon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so whose turn is it to introduce next week's? 50, okay.
Yeah, and for next week, we're going to continue with this theme of intros and theme songs, except this time, they have no lyrics in them. And for simplicity's sake, we're allowing both live action, animated, and anime. All is welcome in the House of 50.
Very nice. The House.
I will have all 3.
If you ever do your own show 50, you have to call it that, the House of 50.
Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah.
Okay. Writing it down.
Just filing it in the notebook in the back of the head.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings an end to the show. So yeah, next week should be fun because at least I'll actually be able to talk a little bit more about my choices.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Soda, by the end of our friendship, you'll have watched more anime.
Probably. My friends will be in my friends in my hometown will probably be impressed with this.
They'll be like, someone finally got you to do what we've been trying to get you to do for years.
Pretty much.
Or maybe they'll just go, "Who are you and what have you done with Soda?"
Yeah, exactly.
Here, they'll go like, small, you're small.
I don't think they go that far. The Madhouse.
Madhouse of 50. I agree with your mother. I like that better.
Yeah, me too.
It's a madhouse!
I just watched that for the very, very, very first time this week.
Planet of the Apes?
The original Planet of the Apes. I've never seen any of the originals.
Dude, watch all 5. I'm telling you, they're better than the new Andy Serkis ones, which are also great. But the original ones are so good. Escape is my favorite of the 5.
The third one. Yeah, I've been planning, because I've got the whole series on DVD already. And the reason I bought them was because they have a really good 2-hour-long documentary on it, on the whole series. But yeah, I watched the first one and I loved it.
Great.
Yeah. So
Yeah. You knew the ending though, right?
Oh, who doesn't know the ending?
Yeah, okay. And then,
I will say though, everyone does know the ending of the original, but every ending of every installment in that franchise is shocking and horrifying.
I'm going to reel us back in again. I'm going to be the reel in today.
Okay, let's do our outros then. So, Saul, where can I find you?
As Dom Toretto drives in the background. You can find me later today on John Roca's YouTube channel for the Ultimate Schmodown After Show, where we will have John the Outlaw Roca on, and also Robert Parker. So go check that out.
Right on. Ben, what about you?
You can find me at my Twitter at Ben Rainey. Oh, no, I'm sorry. My Twitter at Ben_Rainey, new Twitter. You can find me every Tuesday on Shooting the Breeze with Matt here, where we have a guest and we just shoot the shit for an hour. Every Friday on Recapping the Past. Every Saturday right here, every Sunday, Ben's Hot Take. And every Saturday on Mount Schmodown, my Schmodown show where we go into players' careers. Today we're going into the career of the one sassy Stacey Howard. So come check us out at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
All right, definitely check those two shows out today. And 50, what about you?
Hot take: best competitor in the Schmodown that hasn't won a belt yet. Changed my mind. Anyways, you can find me on my show, on my YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Geek. You can also find me, as I mentioned, on Twitch, 50 Shades of Geek. I'm streaming Pokemon Snap today, like I did last night. And if you missed it on Twitch, it's all going on my gaming channel, 50 Shades of Gaming. And you can also find me over here with these fine folks every single Saturday, whenever they allow me out of my cage.
Yeah, we keep 50 in a cage all week long, and that's why he's so ravenous when he comes out on the show.
Yeah, full disclosure is because he's not fully housebroken.
Yes.
You can find me over. Yeah, go ahead, 50. Did you have a comeback?
How did you get the cage all the way to Israel? I will never understand, but okay.
The magic of surprise. You can find me over at soda_the_saxman on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me over on all the shows been listed on this channel of the Media Sways Network, and you can also find me over my other YouTube channel, Schmoes of the North, where we break down the goings on of the Schmodown every week. We had our Friday Night Live show last night where they covered the most recent pay-per-view, and then tomorrow we're going to be covering the other 3 matches of the week. So definitely check those out. Don't forget, everybody, like and subscribe to this channel, to all of our other channels. You can find some great content there. And we will see you next week on another edition of Get Sweaty. Don't forget, everyone, stay sweaty and smash cancer.
Smash